Zeph Sanders is going to get a hair transplant, and Zeph is someone who have been doing a lot of content for YouTube on TikTok about his hair loss journey. And in this video, I'm going to talk about what could be possible reasons why he haven't been able to reach the full potential of hair recovery, what is possibly holding him back, and what he could do to recover his hair even more. And for you guys who are new to the channel, my name is Alex, and I'm certificate trichologist, and I'm also previously hair loss sufferer. I started losing my hair in my early 20s, and I hit rock bottom in 2008, but I was able to recover full set of hair in 2013 without a hair transplant. And since then, I have helped thousands of guys to do the same. And if you need more help besides my content that I offer, you can either get a hold in rapid or formal workbook or book a free session, and links for both you can find below this video. And let's get back to the video for today. And Zeph Sanders is someone who have been doing a lot of things for his hair. For last 2 years, he have been doing a lot of treatments, a lot of approach, a lot of different methods to recover his hair. And he had a success. He have been able to basically stop his hair loss progression and reverse it, but he haven't been able to get a full potential or recovery. And there has to be something that is holding him back. And in today's video, I want to talk about more what could be a possible problem, because we are about the same age group, and treatment he is doing is kind of similar to what I did myself. So what could be possible issue here? And I think there are 3 possible reasons why he haven't been able to recover fully his hair. And one possible reason that I think is a problem is that in some of his videos he mentions scalp itchiness, right? He mentions that he has scalp itchiness, and that's something that can be a problem, right? For example, when I was having my scalp problems and a lot of shedding, for example, I would have a scalp itchiness all the time, or it would have burning sensation on my scalp, and it was a problem. And I haven't had any itchiness on my scalp since 2013. So that could point in directions that there is something wrong. And scalp itchiness can be caused, for example, by dermatitis. It can be caused by microinflammation. It's more like a DHT sensitivity. So that could be possible reason that is holding him back. Other things that I have noticed in his videos is that he mentions that he has sometimes shedding, right? So suddenly occurs a lot of shedding, and he kind of connected it with more stress, and stress can cause more shedding, but usually it happens if the stress, or the hair follicles are in a weak state, then stress can have a more impact on the follicles and cause shedding. Like for example, nowadays, even if I have a stress, I don't see more shed. Like usually if I do see shed, it is because of some variables that I do wrong, and I usually know what is a variable, why I'm having a shed. And in that case, I think there is still something that is not addressed, and that follicle still could be much stronger if he addresses that factor. And it could again be because of his itchiness on the scalp, that there is connection there. And third factor that I think is a problem here is that he is using a lot of different products, right? So basically he's using DHT blockers topically, he's using growth stimulants topically, microneedling, and they can contradict each other. It can be too much at the same time for the scalp to handle it, right? Because he's applying like in sequence all of them almost at once, right? Like there is a small space between applications, and that can sometimes be issue and cause problems for the skin or scalp, and that could possibly be a problem that he hadn't addressed, and that could be causing that he has not been able to continue to keep progressing. And additionally, he's also using hair fibers. And hair fibers is something that I did try in 2011 when I had a lot of inflammatory problems with my scalp. And hair fibers was something that just aggravated my itchiness, my irritation on the skin. So that could also be something that is causing a bit problem here. And when it comes to hair recovery, I think if he did address those factors and basically made more simplified action plan for growth stimulation, he could actually have much better results compared to what he has been able to achieve until now, right? There is always a room for improvement. And I personally also was using minoxidil and microneedling to stimulate hair growth. And I was using just plain minoxidil, 5%, and that was enough to recover my hair. So I think he needs to basically simplify his approach and remove all the additional factors or all the extras that is not needed, right? So because his hair growth cycle is strong, right? He have been able to achieve results until now, so that means his hair growth cycle is strong. He's doing a lot of workouts, he's into fitness, for example, likely he has a healthy diet, and he's also optimizing his lifestyle. For example, he has a silk pillowcase that I've seen in a couple of his videos, and he's doing many things in terms of optimization, right, to basically making a better environment for follicles to grow, but not addressing those key factors, basically in terms of scalp itchiness, in terms of shedding that suddenly occurs, and also in terms of too many things applied topically, I think is a problem that is holding him back. And when it comes to my situation, I want to show you my timeline. So basically, this is pictures of me before the hair loss, right? And basically what happens is that I started to lose my hair, and I hit the rock bottom in 2008. And you can see how bad my situation become. And then I started with approaching my hair loss, like I started with finasteride, keto shampoo back then, addressing diet because I was overweighted, and I did a couple other things, taking supplements, hair laser, and I was able to achieve those results here back in 2010. And then what happened is that I had a scalp inflammatory problem, which I have spoken about before, and dermatitis and other issues, and I started to lose all my gains, and I basically again got back to a situation almost to the point where I had same problem as that I had in 2008. And in 2011, basically you can see that my hair situation was not good at all. And it continued into 2012, and I was not able to solve the problem with the inflammatory issues I was having until beginning of 2013. And when I was able to solve inflammation in 2013, I was able to start with minoxidil and microneedling, because again, you don't want to use growth stimulation when there is a scalp problem, because what will happen is that it will just weaken the follicles and worsen the scalp environment itself. And when I solved those problems, I was able to start with growth stimulation, and I was able to keep progressing. So this is picture of me 2014, 2015, and 2016. And you can see basically I was able to achieve nice recovery over those years. And the 2 years timeline that Zeph has been using for addressing his hair loss, it is long timeline, it's 24 months, that should be sufficient to basically reach full potential. And if he hasn't basically been able to do it, like I said, there has to be something wrong in his treatment, because he obviously is a responder to minoxidil, but something is holding him back, and if he addresses those factors, he likely can avoid the hair transplant. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and see you next one.